are going to learn an important method for solving differential equation that is called as the variable separable method. It is also called as a separation of variable method. This method is used to solve first order ordinary differential equation. So before we start, let's understand what is the ordinary differential equation, or sometimes it is written as ODE. An ordinary differential equation is a differential equation that contains only one independent variable. It means that contains the derivative with respect to, let's suppose, x variable. If the differential equation contains more than one independent variable, then it is called as a partial differential equation. So this variable separable method is applicable only for the ordinary differential equation, not for the partial differential equation. Moreover, it is applicable for the first order ordinary differential equation. Now, what do you mean by first order? First order differential equation is the one in which the highest derivative is the first derivative. It means we are dealing with like dy by dx form, not with the higher order like d square y upon dx square. It means second order derivative, not the first. Now moving towards the general form of separable differential equation. The general form of separable method is expressed as dy by dx is equal to fx by dy, or sometimes you may also see it written in another form, that is mx dx plus ny dy is equal to 0. In both the cases, the key idea is same. The separate function of x appears and the separate function of y appears. The idea behind variable separable method is move all the terms of y on the side with the dy and move all the terms of x to the other side with dx. Like in this case, we can rewrite it as gy into dy is equal to fx into dx, and then we can integrate both sides, which results in this form. Since we are doing indefinite integration, so a constant of integration will appear in the final answer. Similarly, in this case, take the direct integration. You will get this form on the left side, and the integration of a 0 turns into the constant. Now that we understand the concept, let's start solving an example and apply the variable separable method step by step to find the solution of first order differential equation. Taking the first example, here we need to solve this differential equation, that is dy by dx minus y upon x is equal to 0. Very first step is we need to rearrange this equation. It means we need to write dy by dx is equal to what? That is equal to y by x. After that, we need to separate the variable by bringing all the terms of y with dy and all the terms of x with dx. For that, what we can do in the next step, we can rewrite it as dy by y is equal to dx by x. Now integrate on both sides. This is equal to integration of 1 by y is log of y, and integration of 1 by x with respect to dx is, that is log of x, plus constant. Instead of c, I have mentioned log c. This is because log c will help us to combine these two terms in the next step. Here we can use the property, that is log of a into b, that can be written as log of a plus log of b. So we can rewrite it as log of x into c. On the left hand side we have log y as it is. Now taking anti-log on both sides. Anti-log means exponential. Once you will take an exponential on both sides, this results y is equal to x into c, which is the general solution of differential equation. Taking one more example, find the general solution of the differential equation this where a is a constant. So we need to find the solution of this differential equation. Very first step is we need to write dy by dx form. So we can write it as dy by dx minus 2y minus a is equal to 0. Then rearrange the terms. Write in this form dy by dx is equal to what? That is equal to 2y plus a. Now we need to separate the variables. So we can rewrite it as dy is equal to 2y plus a into dx. Now think whether this is a function of x or a function of y. So this is a function of y. So we will take this term on the left hand side. This becomes 1 upon 2y plus a into dy is equal to dx. Integrate on both sides. What is the integration of this? Here we can use the substitution method. So let 2y plus a is equal to t. Take the derivative with respect to y. So we will get 2 dy is equal to dt. A is a constant, so constant derivative is 0. This implies dy is equal to dt by 2. Use the substitution. This results integration as it is. Denominator term is t. In numerator 1 and dy is get converted into dt by 2. That is equal to integration of dx. So here we have the function 1. 2 is a constant. So we can take it as 1 by 2 outside. Integration of 1 by t, that is a log of t, is equal to integration of 1 with respect to x is x plus constant. Now substitute the value of t, that is 1 by 2 into log of 2y plus a is equal to x plus c. Now we need to remove this log. For that, firstly we need to take the 2 on the right hand side. This becomes log of 2y plus a is equal to 2x into a new constant c1, where c1 is equal to 2 times of c. Taking anti-log on both sides, that is the exponential. This implies 2y plus a is equal to exponential of this e raised to power 2x plus c1. Extract the value of y from here. This results y is equal to 1 by 2 e raised to power 2x plus c1 minus a. We can also rewrite this exponential form with the help of property, that is e raised to power a plus b can be written as e raised to power a into e raised to power b. Apply this property here. This results y is equal to 1 by 2 e raised to power 2x into e raised to power c1 minus a. c1 is a constant. E raised to power constant is also a constant. So we can mention it as 1 by 2 e raised to power 2x into a new constant c2 minus a, where c2 is equal to e raised to power c1. So this is the final general solution in this case. Taking one more example. In the next example, we need to solve this differential equation that contains the exponential term. So very first step, you need to observe in both the terms on the right hand side, it contains e raised to power y. How? Here we can use the property that we have done in a previous question. So we can rewrite it as e raised to power x into e raised to power y plus x square e raised to power y. So in the first step, take e raised to power y outside. Once you do so, now the equation is in a form suitable for a separable of variable method. In the second step, we need to bring all the y terms on a one side and all the x terms on the other side. So here we can write 1 by e raised to power y dy is equal to e raised to power x plus x square into dx. Since 1 by e raised to power y can be written as e raised to power minus y dy is equal to e raised to power x plus x square dx. Now the variables are completely separated. Now integrate on both sides. Now what is the integration of e raised to power ax dx? That is equal to e raised to power ax by a. Use this form to answer this integration. So here we can say integration of e raised to power minus y is e raised to power minus y divided by minus 1 is equal to integration of e raised to power x is e raised to power x plus what is the integration of x raised to power n? That is equal to x raised to power n plus 1 upon n plus 1. Use this integral formula to answer this. That is equal to x cubed by 3 plus constant. Now take this negative sign on the right hand side. This results e raised to power minus y is equal to minus e raised to power x minus x cubed by 3 plus constant. So here we can take minus c as a new constant, let's suppose c1, or we can also rewrite it as a c because constant can observe the negative sign. Now taking anti-exponential, that becomes the log. On both sides we have minus y is equal to log of mod of minus e raised to power x minus x cubed by 3 plus c1, taking negative sign on the right side. So the general solution is y is equal to minus log of minus e raised to power x minus x cubed by 3 plus c1. So that is the final answer. So this is how we solve first order differential equation using the variable separable method even when the exponential functions are involved. And always check whether factoring helps before separating the variable and then apply the variable separable method. Alright, now it's your turn to practice. I'm giving here 3 problems to solve. Try to solve these problems using a variable separable method and comment below what final answer you're getting for each problem. I hope you liked this video and you have learned something useful from it. And if this video helped you even a little, don't keep it with yourself, share it with your friends and subscribe for more such videos. Until then, keep practice, keep learning and stay energetic.